Caw, and MGM. I think that was a $60 million on hydraulics showroom.
Well,
because if you watch it, it goes up, sand pours down, it moves around. Unbelievable.
Entertainment capital of the world.
Where can you see that anywhere else in the world? Maybe Macau, but nowhere has the showrooms that Las Vegas built for their entertainers.
And Macau is a spin-off of Vegas. I mean,
yes, it is.
So I mean, it all starts here. We're the ones who get it right before we show up Macau how to do it.
And look, my wife and I went and saw Celine Dion at the Coliseum, and the way they put that showroom together, and you know, nowadays with all the new technology like the Sphere, you can see those things. It looked like she was walking down 100 steps, but she really wasn't. It was just the way the show flowed. It was extraordinary. And look at the people that come here for shows. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. You don't have to chase the act. You just have to sit here in Vegas and wait for them to come here. They will.
They will. They're always coming here. Now you look at the sports and that. It's just, this city just keeps, well, matter of fact, on April 4th, I think, my wife and I are going to go see the Eagles at the Sphere. Okay. Yes. Now, have you been to the Sphere yet?
Not inside of it. Just in case anybody doesn't know, the Sphere is this wonderful new construction that we have in Vegas now. It's literally a huge sphere, a 360-degree wide globe, and an electric show plays all around that globe from every direction all day, every day. So it's like its own show, its own light show going on in Vegas all the time. And inside, it's actually a theater.
It's a theater.
Yeah, but nothing like it anywhere in the world that I know of.
So have you been there?
Not inside.
Inside? Okay.
Yeah, I've been outside a lot.
You guys see this. Now, remember, here in Vegas, okay, I remember seeing Omnimax Theater and Caesars. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. It was different. But we bought tickets and took my family to Postcards from Earth, or to Earth. You should have seen this. I'm seeing there. First of all, the stage is like this, so if you have any kind of like fear of the thing or falling off something, you might not want to go or get a lower tier. But we went to see Postcards from Earth, and I'm telling you, I was looking and I go, God, what is that? And then you just looked at the little square down there. Is that the theater? And they started out, and all of a sudden, this thing opens up. And I just got back from Africa in July, and I'm sitting there, and you can watch the elephants, the giraffes, overlook your shoulder above you. The elephants, as they walk, shake the chairs. It's an experience in itself, the Sphere. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Eagles, because I looked on YouTube at one time, and YouTube showed the Hotel California in the whole Sphere as they're performing down there. So I can't wait to see that. It's going to be neat.
Looking forward to it. Okay, I'll tell you what, I would also like to talk a little about the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
That you have a long association with.
Yes.
And of course, we've got this very unique city. I think we've got the majority of the world's largest hotels here. I think we got more hotel rooms than any other city on earth, quite literally, maybe by like a factor of 2 or 3.
Exactly.
So we've got unique issues that the city of Las Vegas deals with and unique amenities that it offers to people. So could you give me a little bit of an idea about like what's it like specifically being part of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce versus, with respect, all those other ones?
Yeah. Well, the Chamber of Commerce of Las Vegas is one of the largest in the United States. I think top 4 in the United States. And what's really unique about it, there's a lot of opportunities to get involved with the Chamber. And the Chamber, matter of fact, we just finished it. The Chamber just did Preview Las Vegas.
Okay.
Did you go to it?
Not yet.
Okay. Preview, every year, at the beginning of the year, the Chamber of Commerce puts on Preview Las Vegas. It tells you what's going to be happening in Las Vegas for the year. Okay. It's called Preview. I think it was January 19th or 15th, and it was extraordinary. So you look at it. Look what we have. F1. You know, they showed that off. Steve Hill from the
Just
convention center.
very quickly, F1 is the Formula One racing cars going around the strip and other little side streets that are blocked off that particular event each year.
And it goes around the sphere, too, which
Oh,
is
and
kinda
the sphere.
neat. Yeah, which is neat. And so you look at the Chamber of Commerce and what they do, and what I like about it, too, as a small business person, the Chamber provides business people represented in Carson City to help make sure that the legislature in Carson City is pro-business. So the Chamber of Commerce is pro-business, and Paul Moroccan is unbelievable. He's great. He goes up there. They go through all the bills. They'll fight the bills that are going to be more taxes on the business or whatever, to make sure that Las Vegas stays as a pro-business community. Okay. It really does, and I think it does a really good job at that. Plus, Mary Beth Sewall is the leader. She's the chairperson and chairwoman, and she's great. She puts together her staff. They educate the business people on how and look at the business. They all do a lot of the expos, so you could show your trades to other business leaders in the community. When you go there, she'll show you the new business that we welcome you in as a prospect. I'm a prospector. We welcome you into the chamber. We tell you how to navigate the chamber. The chamber is just a very informative resource for anybody who wants to move to Las Vegas and open up a business. It's really informative.
Okay. Now, within the United States, how business-friendly would you describe Las Vegas and the state of Nevada? Very much so.
Oh, very
needs
much
a lot
so.
of work. Not at all. What
I
do you
think there's other states that probably do things, but look at Nevada. No tax, no income tax in Nevada. Thank goodness for the hotel casino industry, because they pay a lot of taxes, which goes toward, think about this, folks, which is really important. The convention center is ran on room tax. That's the kind of things that this city does for its constituents here. Room tax, so when people come and stay at a hotel, they pay a lot of the taxes to help our city grow the convention center, to grow special events that come here. Look at, during the December, we used to have been dead here in the city. They got together with Gone and Benny Binion and the old Cowboys, and they brought in the National Final Rodeo. So every December, we have the biggest rodeo in the world here in Las Vegas.
Biggest in the world, really?
Basically, yes, it is. Okay. I mean, you have something in Calgary, Canada. I can't remember what it's called. It's called something, but here, you have the National Finals Rodeo. It brings the people all over the world here to compete for the big buckles, and they put in a lot of money for that. So, they do that. They help sponsor F1. They just announced they're giving money to bring in the NCAA tournaments here for the football playoffs. So they're always creating Vegas as excitement to bring people here. Okay. Excitement.
Okay.
And so when you think about that, people want to come. I have a friend who I went to some parties with him. He's one of my associates. Robbie Chopra in insurance. So he says, Alan, come on down. We're going to go to some parties. So here we are. His office is in L.A., and then we want to go to Newport Beach, and we go someplace else. And he said something. That's why I'm bringing this up. So we're going to all these Christmas parties and stuff that all these insurance companies are doing all over L.A. We got stuck in traffic. So to go from 40 miles, to go from one company to another one, or maybe 20 miles, it was hours of driving. And we're in a limo. And he looked at me and he goes, that's what I love about Las Vegas. Once you fly in, you stay at the hotel, you can go to one place, another place in 15 minutes. Yep. We have to drive everywhere in LA. And you get in those highways at 405 and 5 during business things, You're in a parking lot for hours.
Yeah.
So he said that statement. I said, think about that. Vegas, 150,000 plus hotel rooms. This just isn't gaming capital of the world, entertainment capital of the world, sports capital of the world, probably food capital of the world. But look at this. You could go to any place really convenient. You can walk down the strip to go to one place to the other. So the city has built, like Steve Wynn said back there, the infrastructure. So there'll be no other city like this. Remember, he built the Mirage and, Bellagio and stuff. So and of course, the Wynn Resorts. So what he's built, and you can see in this stretch, is extraordinary. This city, being born and raised here in 1950, stuns me about where the city is still going to.
Yeah.
It just keeps growing and keeps growing.
Well, I always tell my friends it's hard to go on vacation when you live in Las Vegas, because where are you going to go that's more like customer friendly and is going to give you better service than Las Vegas?
Exactly.
I mean, this is about as good as it gets anybody. So.
This is it. Look at Atlantic City. I'm in Pennsylvania. Well, I wasn't born in Pennsylvania, but my family is from Pennsylvania. And you go to Atlantic City, are you going to walk in the back of the hotels? The boardwalk could be kind of dangerous. So when you really look at it, you're stuck. In Atlantic City, you're stuck. Vegas is open. Plus, I'm going to talk about our natural beauty we have here. Go to the lake. Look at Hoover Dam. Go to Red Rock. You go skiing in Lee's Canyon. You could play golf here. Matter of fact, you could probably go ahead and ski up in Lee Canyon in the morning and come down and play golf in the afternoon, or vice versa. So all the things we have here, and Red Rock is beautiful. There's, Howard Hughes used to live way out there one time. In Krupp Ranch, that's a beautiful little ranch up there. So when you look at this, going to the chamber, they'll educate, the Chamber of Commerce will educate you everything that's available here in business, and be part of Preview, and go to some of these events. So one thing about the Chamber, look on their calendar, their events. They got events all the time.
Okay.
Young professionals events,
Yeah, you want to say their website?
You want to go on the website. I don't have it memorized, so sorry. Probably VegasChamberOfCommerce.com, and go on their website and look at all the things that they do for the business community here in Las Vegas. It's extraordinary. I'm in the old days, we used to even have all these business council stuff that you could even get involved. But get involved. I tell everybody, when you come in, you get involved in something, or you want to join something, get involved with it. We're always looking for volunteers and help building your name up in this city and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
It's good.
Okay, well, let me give you the easy one and the hard one.
Okay.
The easy one. What are the good reasons to establish your business here in Nevada? Followed up by the tough one. What are the reasons you wouldn't want to establish a business here in Nevada?
Well, the good one is growth.
Growth, okay.
Look at the growth. Establishing business here, the growth is extraordinary.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think some of the Kentucky Fried Chicken and some of the big things, they'll test products here in this city because of the growth. Huh. Think about that. I think they have done that. Okay. Because if you look at the growth, you're going to get everybody in the world. Just when you going to the Sphere, the first time I went to the Sphere, I didn't even hear any English language. French, in Germany, everybody's coming here because it is a very unique thing. So I think the growth is probably the biggest reason you'll want to be here. The business environment, you probably want to be here. The Chamber of Commerce, you probably want to be here. The convention, what's here, and here's another thing. I'll just bring it up. Why I'll probably die here, but think about this. You got an international airport that'll take you anywhere in the world. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
Pro being here.
Yeah.
Our hospitals, pro. And now we have University of Nevada, Las Vegas, School of Medicine. So now we have that. Larry Ruvo opened up the Lou Ruvo Brain Institute downtown with the Hospital of Cleveland Clinics. So now we have that for for people that might have brain. So as you look at downtown, just look at the growth and all the positives we're bringing here to make this a great community. What would be one of the drawbacks? It does get hot here. I'm not joking, it does get hot here in July and August, but you know, it gets hot everywhere. We do have the dry heat, but it does get hot here, number one. Number two, I think another thing is we're growing too fast. So one of our biggest monuments is the Orange Cone. No matter where you go, you're going to get into traffic because I don't think any founding fathers or city leaders ever thought this city would ever grow like this. Okay. So there's a lot of construction, always. Road, highways, construction.
Okay, yeah, you got to deal with that.
Schools, we got to keep up with the growth of the schools. One of the positive schools now, Joe Lombardo just passed school choice. So we're getting a lot of charter schools here, a lot of good charter schools here.
That should've
And we have one of the largest Clark County school district. But you might want to weigh the difference between the public school system and charter schools, because there could be that. So that answers it. Pro, charter, con, maybe there's the public school district, isn't it? So there's pros and cons. Weather, we have great weather, but we also have some hot weather. So there's some pros and cons. We're no longer the small city, we're a large city. Okay. Pros and cons on that. And I think what we're trying to do in Nevada, the state of Nevada, is pros and cons. If you talk to a Democrat or a Republican, there's pros and cons on that, on those sides, what we look at, where we want to be, and how we want to get there. So there's always pros and cons in the political field. I think is probably a good way of looking at it. But another thing I like too, we are the home of the Thunderbirds.
Okay, yeah.
Nellis Air Force Base is one of my loves. I've been out there as a Nellis support team. You talk to Joe Brown. We started a thing to support the men and women. Our military is the Air Force. We love it. They have Aviation Nation every year that's extraordinary, so you can see the new technology. You can see out there the growth out there. And the Thunderbirds are, I always told, I can't do it, I always wish they could paint Las Vegas emblem underneath the bottom of the jets. Another way to sell Vegas to the world, right? Put our logo underneath those jets, but they can't do that. I know they can't do that.
I want a streamer behind them. Would that work?
Yeah, Las Vegas, yeah, of course.
It's going kind of fast.
Yeah, what was that?
Don't worry, they'll be right back.
Good one.
You'll find them on the way back. Now, you did mention the tax structure is pretty conducive out here to working. But what's the regulatory framework like out here? Because that's a big problem in a lot of states, especially a lot of high population states.
Well, I'll say something. I'll talk about the Field of Dreams. If you can build it, they'll let you build it, and they'll come. It's amazing. Okay. I don't think the regulatory is any problems with that, because we're used to growth here. The county, the city, they're always growing. The more people coming here, the better we diversify our tax base. Because right now, if you look at Wall Street Journal, they said something. Vegas depends on gaming, but now I'm going to say it's entertainment and construction. That's a big base. So, if anything happens, so we're always trying to diversify the tax base of Las Vegas. Gotcha. So if you have something of an idea to diversify the tax base or bring in something new, look at that Area 15 that they have out there. That's kind of interesting. Place. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it out there.
So we have a lot of good things going on. I live in Summerlin. People don't realize, but Howard Hughes's grandmother's maiden name was Summerlin.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So Hughes wanted to build his aviation plants out here, and because California was causing problems, but they saw the lights, so he kept it there. And Summerlin is a beautiful master plan community. Green Valley's a beautiful master plan community. So when you move to Vegas, check out these master plans communities. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, the flowers in the middle of the road, great housing and stuff. So we have a lot to offer anybody that wants to move here.
Okay. Okay. And I did want to get, when I guess you originally were in the insurance business.
Yes.
And it's kind of interesting for me to think about an insurance man in Las Vegas. Insurance I associate with, Boston and Philadelphia, where they're still wearing the same suit from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
and staid and reserved and quiet. Not a dazzling Vegas gentleman like yourself. So I think I told you earlier on, I remember when I was a kid, I'd talk to my friends, say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And some guys, I want to be a detective, and some guys, I want to be an astronaut. But I never heard a guy say, I want to be an insurance actuary. So can you tell me, one, how did you get involved with that? And two, what I'd like you to talk about a little bit about is, I don't think people realize how fundamental the insurance industry is to our daily life. And we only think about paying the auto premiums and then never having to collect on them. But there's a lot of stuff you can do because there is an insurance industry. So
Yes.
first, a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what the industry does in general and here in Vegas.
All right, a little bit about myself. I'm in the insurance world because of my father. My father started an insurance agency, incorporated in 1960. That's why we've been big in the Chamber of Commerce in the late 50s. Is he started this insurance agency in the 60s. And it was quite, I never wanted to get into insurance, but if you look at anywhere you go, just look at this room. Products manufacturing, all this stuff that you see, our coats, everything. We have, insurance is entrenched in American society, not only just in American society, in the world society. People go, I ask people, what's the first insurance companies in the world? Oh, Lloyd's London. No, it wasn't. Chinese. Chinese started because what they did, they got together, they know that these merchants go out in high seas. Out of 10 ships, they might lose 2. So they get together, same thing as Lloyd's of London. They'd get together, they said, God, I'm going to bring in silks from India, or I'm going to bring in something from another country, or silver, or something. I'll lose some ships. So the old Lloyd's of London would go there and go, okay, we'll put together a pool of funds, so if you lose a ship, we'll pay you back and your losses on that. Thus, insurance. And a lot of people don't realize about this until you really study it. Benjamin Franklin, a great leader of the United States of America, one of our founding fathers, started insurance
In the
in
United
Philadelphia.
States.
And watch how he did this. He'd go to Boston or Philadelphia, and they knew so many houses burned down in a year. So if you wanted insurance and your house burned down, they did these. There were these plaques about this big, and they put on your house. And guess what came from the insurance industry then? Fire departments. Now back then, they weren't probably very successful in putting out the fire in your house. They would try, because they had horses and they'd have to pump a big water thing and pump it and try and put it there. They might be successful on small fires, but the houses might lost. So those statistical analysis of Benjamin Franklin, so many houses in a year would burn down. So they would collect the money to build the ones that burned down other people, thus insurance.
Okay.
So if you ever looked at some of the old insurance marks, they would have a fire hydrant and stuff for the hose and stuff. So if you look what came from insurance industries,